after 7 days in detention. States in southwest Nigeria agree to reopen schools and conduct WAEC exams. 47-year-old man confesses to defiling 16-year-old pregnant daughter since she was 11 in Port Harcourt. On the foreign scene, Senegal commences international flights amidst COVID-19 pandemic. Stay tuned for the news in details. The National Assembly Service Commission has approved the retirement of the clerk to the National Assembly, Mohammed Sani Omolori. The NAS Service Commission also approved the retirement of over 150 senior management staff members of the Parliament. Chairman of the NASC, Ahmed Amshi, made the announcement in a document obtained by newsmen in Abuja. It was gathered that Sani Omolori had been due for retirement since February 2020, but for a controversial amendment to the conditions of service of the National Assembly by the 8th Assembly, which extended their services by 5 years, an action that was declared illegal by the head of Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemi Essen. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has asked the Senate to grant its powers to freeze accounts linked to criminals. The CBN made the appeal at the Senate Committee public hearing on its bill for an act to repeal the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2004 and reenact the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020. The CBN, represented at the hearing by the Director Legal Service, Kofo Salam Alada, proposed to the Senate to reinstate the powers of the CBN governor to apply to the court for orders to freeze accounts which are deemed to be linked with criminal and other civil infractions. The Apex Bank also wants legislation for the creation of credit tribunal to address the issue of non-performing loans. Meanwhile, the suspended acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has been released from custody after 7 days in custody. A legal representative of Magu, Oluwatosin Ojaomo, confirmed this to the media in Abuja. Ojaomo, who expressed worry over the allegations leveled against Ibrahim Magu, said his arrest and detention was illegal, adding that the suspended EFCC chairman will come out victorious.
Even myself, I'm really worried because most of this information that are flying around in the media are just concocted and a plot to malign and damage the image of Mr. Magu. There is nothing. The issue of he was found with money. Mr. Magu doesn't sign money. He doesn't sign checks. He doesn't sign checks in the EFCC. So all this, from all the indication, it is obvious that some people are at work and they are just out to destroy Mr. Magu. But I've always been saying that Mr. Magu will come out of this thing victorious. There is nothing. No, that up till now, he has not been confronted with any allegation.
On his part, presidential spokesman Femi Adesina said the invitation of Magu by the presidential panel was in the interest of the suspended EFCC boss and to avail him his right to fair hearing.
For the panel to have invited him to hear his side of the story. I can tell you on authority that before this became a public issue, the panel had been sitting for weeks. And when the panel established some grounds for Mr. Magu to be invited, the president then gave approval for him to be invited. And he was invited and he came. It will contrary to all sense of natural justice if they had turned in a report without giving him opportunity to defend himself. So I think what has happened thus far is just the right thing to do, according to law, according to justice, according to fairness, and all that is right.
The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, had asked the suspended acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu, to direct his bail application to the presidential panel. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, says he's heartbroken over the death of Flying Officer Tolulope Arotile, who he described as one of the Air Force young shining stars. Arotile, who hails from Kogi State, died on Tuesday following head injuries sustained from an accident at the NAV base in Kaduna. Chief of Air Staff in a statement recalled how he met her at the Mina airport, saying the late Arotile was eager to help in the restoration of peace in the north central region of Nigeria. The six southwest states have agreed to reopen schools for SS3 students to participate in the West African School Certificate Examination. The decision was taken at a virtual meeting by the Development Agenda for Western Nigeria Dawn Commission, where commissioners, special advisors on education, and SUBEB chairman reached an agreement to reopen schools for SS3 students to write their final examinations. The meeting also agreed on the need for Southwest states to implement a 2016 plan to establish a regional examination body akin to IJMB in the North. They said states will approach the federal government at the first instance to seek postponement of the WASC by at least 3 weeks from the proposed resumption date. The meeting also called on the WAEC to encourage computer-based tests in the future. The states are Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Ondo, Osun, and Ekiti. Their decision is contrary to the position of most of the 19 northern states, which supported the federal government's decision to suspend school reopening for SS3 students due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Akwa Ibom state government has directed the striking health workers to resume work immediately or risk a sack. A statement by the Commissioner for Information, Charles Udo, said the strike embarked upon by the Joint Health Workers Union was ill-conceived. The Commissioner described as unreasonable JSU's demand for payment of 50% of basic salaries as hazard allowance in the prevailing harsh economic climate. Udo said any staff not found on duty will be considered to be no longer interested in the job and will be relieved of such duty with immediate effect. You're listening to the World News at 7 on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Please stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
And we're back.
You're still tuned to the World News at 7 on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. Thank you for staying tuned. Welcome back now to the rest of the bulletin. The River State government has urged religious leaders to help the state government in sensitizing their congregation to religiously observe all COVID-19 prevention protocols. Deputy Governor Dr. Ipalibo Aribanigo gave the advice when she played host to members of the Mothers Union and Women's Guild Diocese of the Niger Delta Anglican Communion in Port Harcourt. Aribanigo said everyone must take responsibility by speaking about it in the churches to enable the people make informed decisions to stem the spread of the virus, stressing that Christians tend to believe messages emanating from the clergy.
You know, people, they always believe whatever, when Mommy Dad talks, they will believe whatever she tells them. When Daddy, our father in the Lord talks, then the Archdeacon talks, when the vicar talks, they will believe. More than when we in the government talk, they say, this government people, they don't come. They don't come. They trust what you tell them. They trust, if you gather your women now and tell them this is how you must do, they will do it. They say, Mommy has told us, so we'll follow like this because she knows the best for us. So I want to encourage you in your churches, please, always remind the people. Because sometimes, after a while, we say, this is a marathon. It's not just a sprint. So we have to continue, we have to maintain until, by God's grace, we will see the end.
Ezikoya Ozuzueche, who are host communities to Siat Nigeria Limited, are demanding the company's attention to carry out its corporate social responsibilities for the community. Some members of the community who expressed their displeasure want the company to electrify the villages hosting the company. The respondents appealed to government at all levels to call SIADs to order to fulfill their promises to their host communities in Ezikoya Ozuzueche.
No electricity, no skills acquisition, no scholarship, no water, no youth empowerment. The youths are suffering. Our mothers travel far and near to buy farmland for cultivation. We are calling on the state and federal government to come to our rescue. Let the company do the need.
I'm married to Ozuzu. Since ever I come to Ozuzu town, we went to as far as going to Elele and Abra to cultivate farm for feeding. My husband is not working.
Two suspected kidnappers identified as Oshundu Ichendu and Amebulem Amos have led operatives of the anti-kidnapping unit of the River State Police Command to where he and his gang kidnapped and murdered one of their victims in a lesser community in Elime local government area of the state. The five-man gang of kidnappers were alleged to have kidnapped and killed one Dine Barry Gospel Eriba after collecting ransom from the family. The 25-year-old Oshundu Ichendu and 23-year-old Amebulem Amos, who led the police to the forest where the decomposed body of the victim was tied to the tree, disclosed that the late 38-year-old Dina Barry Gospel, who owns a water factory, was kidnapped on the 15th of May 2020 at Woji community in Obiakpo local government area, tied to a tree and killed after 1 million naira ransom was paid to him. One of the suspects, Oshundu Ichendu, who claimed to hail from Rumek Bay in Emoa local government area of the state, confessed to the crime at the forest, saying that hardship caused by the coronavirus pandemic led him to the crime.
I do not plan to the work before. I just decided this year, plan based on the coronavirus and how things are for me and how situation of my family be full on. So as we carry the man before inside bush, let me bring food for them. He bring two of him boys who they take care of the work. The misunderstanding between Ogai and him boys who they take care of the work here. Then make them feed the man because the him boys still say him just want set them up. Say don't collect money, you know, give them. They didn't want to use government, set them up. So they need to feed the man and come up for the bush. Now later, planted and saying don't collect money, why they kill the man? Me self, I didn't invest for them, why they kill the man?
Spokesman of the River State Police Command in Ambiamani, who is a superintendent of police, narrated how the suspects were arrested.
This is a deadly gang who have been operating within the Abloma, Apito Dele, and enemy communities here. He was kidnapped. The matter was reported to the anti-kidnapping unit of the command, and they immediately swung into action and spread their darkness. In the course of the investigation, one of the suspects was arrested. His confession led to the arrest of another suspect. Now, the further confessions took the men led by their commander, anti-kidnapping unit, to this forest only yesterday, where after kidnapping the man, kept him for 5 days, and then tied him to this tree, where the man eventually died, and they allowed him to rot. And his remains are still tied on the tree over there. They have all confessed, though we are still on your trail. At the end of which we will land them up and then charge them to court.
Elder brother to the deceased, Burabari Deko, commended the officers for arresting the suspects.
Precisely on the 15th of May, when the immediate elder sister gave birth, she went to the hospital. He went to the hospital to visit her, and on his way back, just close to the house at Woji Town Hall, he was abducted, and we've been looking for him all this while. The case has been reported to the police. The police has been on the case ever since then, and I thank God today, by their hard work, we've been able to get to the root of the whole incident. It is a great loss to us as a family. He was a very promising young man.
Our correspondent Uchenja Jawa reports that a Toyota Spider belonging to the deceased was recovered by the police. 47-year-old man Aaron Mosele Mahmood from Estako, Edo State, is now in detention at the State Criminal Investigation Department, Port Harcourt, for impregnating his 16-year-old daughter. Aaron Mosele, who confessed to the crime in an interview with a newsman at the River State Police Headquarters, Port Harcourt, said he started defiling his daughter since she was 11. The man said he was usually under a trance or spiritual possession that drives him to defile his daughter. He said he willingly confessed to the crime and is ready to bear the consequences of his action, just as he pleaded that the baby his 16-year-old daughter is carrying should not be aborted.
Well, it's a battle that I've tried to fight over the years. It seems to me to be much, much bigger than me because even my daughter, what is involved in her too, I can tell. It seems to be a kind of a spiritual issue. If I go to prison, is go to liberate her, go that far. But my happiness is that I'm relieved, even as I speak to you now. I'm relieved because I'm able to come out without doubt to say the truth. Because I'm a senator. Well, I'm not a party to abortion. Whatever it is, the social welfare staff and officials know.
Spokesman of the River State Police Command, SP Nnamdi Omoni, said the suspect will be charged to court soon. The people of Omo Okiri and Omoko communities in Alu, Ikwere local government area of River State, who are host communities to the University of Port Harcourt, have felicitated with Professor Stephen Okududu on his appointment as the acting Vice Chancellor of Uniport. The communities, in a statement by the paramount ruler of Omo Okiri, Eze Hassan Welewa, the acting paramount ruler of Omoko, Chief Collins Amadi, and Prince Walu, and Elder Amici Emmanuel, who are chairman of the Community Development Committee of the two communities, said the appointment of Professor Stephen Okududu is a clear testimony of his friendliness with the university communities. The statement said the people of the two host communities believe that the appointment will usher in unity and reconciliation among the university host communities, school management, and students that will push the university forward. According to the statement, the people of Omokiri and Omoko, while assuring the acting VC of their necessary support in repositioning the university, prayed God to guide him ahead of the enormous task. On the foreign scene, Senegal has resumed international flights 4 months after severing air links because of the coronavirus pandemic. Aviation Ministry in Senegal says passengers departing the country are required to present proof from an approved laboratory that they have tested negative for coronavirus within the previous 7 days. International commercial flights for repatriation had continued to depart and arrive intermittently in Dakar after the closure of air borders in March. The number of cases in Senegal continues to climb, however, with more than 8,000 infections and 153 deaths recorded since March. President Macky Sall said that the impoverished country could see a recession due to the pandemic and that productive activity must be resumed in order to get the economy going again. And in sports, the Federation of International Football Associations, FIFA, has confirmed the match schedule for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. A statement on the World Football Governing Body's website said that the host Qatar would kick off the 2022 tournament at Al Bayt Stadium. The football body says the Khalifa International Stadium will be the setting for the play-off for third place on December 17, while the final will kick off 1 day later at the Lusail Stadium in front of an 80,000 crowd. It added that tournament's compact nature, with no air travel needed to move between the venues, would allow organizers for the first time to optimize specific match demand for the benefit and comfort of fans, teams, and media. To end the news, here is a summary of the major stories. The suspended acting chairman of the EFCC, Ibrahim Magu, has been released after 7 days in detention. States in southwest Nigeria have agreed to reopen schools and conduct WAEC exams. We also told you that a 47-year-old man, Aaron Mosele Mahmood, has confessed to defiling his 16-year-old daughter, who is now pregnant for him since she was 11 years old in Port Harcourt. And on the foreign scene, you heard that Senegal has commenced international flights amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. That was the news as detailed by Victoria Ziaman. For comments and inquiries, please call us 0815-341-8657 or 0814-434-3502 or send your emails to news at todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. Do not forget, do take responsibility. Wash your hands regularly with soap under running water. Always have with you at all times alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Avoid touching your face and eye contact surfaces to prevent the spread of coronavirus. If you can, please do stay at home. Otherwise, observe social distancing and always wear your face mask when in a gathering of 2 or more people. Remember, coronavirus is real and it is not a death sentence. I am Kala Dakorobatibo. Good morning, stay tuned and stay safe.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Hello everyone, my name is Sammy. I bring you good news. In the past few months, a lot has changed about how business is being made globally and how money is being made. You can bear witness with me that we are not going back to where we used to be, and money has shifted. It's important that you watch the trends and see where money is going to. You know, I came here to tell you about the smart contract, which is where money is right now. And you need to understand how it works so that you can be part of this huge and amazing platform. Now, I need to tell you that people are secretly making huge amount of money, and they are not crying while others are lamenting about the pandemic issues. Okay, allow me to brief you about the smart contract. Smart contract is a technology that helps you make money that is recession proof, is scam proof, like it cannot be changed. No admin can come and change the story. You will not hear stories. Once it's done, and everybody needs and meant to make money. You know, I have professionals in the house that will give you the detail of this smart contract. With me is Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, tell us about smart contract.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm so excited whenever I'm saying things like this. Why? Because just like I tell people that it is better you know what is possible and don't do it than not even attempting it at all. A few weeks ago, a friend of mine shared this opportunity with me, and I asked him what does it entail. He said, with my Android phone, I can have access to the smart contract. The contract has been deployed to every Android phone. That is to say, if you're having an Android phone or a computer and you don't even know what the smart contract is right now, hey, you need to be in our exposition that will be taking place today at exactly 8 p.m. All you need to be there is to send the word, I am interested. Send the word, I am interested, to the number 090 554 368 83. Now send it via WhatsApp, and we are going to be sending you a feedback message to tell you how you can be part of our Zoom meeting. I think my brother, Mr. Joshua, also have his own experience to share.
All right, thank you very much. Awesome stuff, Mr. Sammy and my brother, Mr. Chris. It's always exciting talking about the smart contract because, you know, a couple of years ago, I started out in business, the online business with network marketing. You hear lots of persons talking about network marketing, affiliate marketing. I got started there and I made money from there, which I'm still making money from there. But the Forex wave came up, Forex trading. I went in, learned how to trade, and I'm generating some money from Forex as well. But you have to follow the trend because right now where the money has moved to is the smart contract. And just some few persons have found this secret way of making money and they are capitalizing on it so much. So that's why we're here to introduce this to you so you can be a part of this technology as well. So we'll be having a meeting. To be a part of this meeting, all you need to do is just send a WhatsApp message to this number I'm calling out for you now, 09055436883. Just send a WhatsApp message to the number 09055436883. Now, you need to send a WhatsApp message to that number and we'll give you steps on how to be a part of this training, this workshop. Now, The workshop is going to be online, so we'll give you steps to be part of this. Now, for you to be a part of this business, you just need to have a smart device, either your phone or your laptop or a tablet. You can make money from the confines of your home. It's a secret way that lots of persons are capitalizing on and building a fortune for themselves. We are talking about 6 to 7 figure income within a space of 4 weeks to 6 weeks. You can start making this much. So right now, just pick up your phone and send a WhatsApp message to 09055436883. All you need to send is "I am interested in the training," and the steps will be sent to you how to be a part of the smart contract training. So thank you very much. Once again, the number is 09055436883. Thank you and God bless.
Every morning as the cock crows, a new day creeps in. New goals are set, challenges are overcome, and success is achieved. Be part of a new day as we take you to its heights on today's quest. It's informative.
The President of the United States of America was very clear that America for the first time has confidence in Nigeria.
Educative.
The governor tells the public, oh look, there's no money for the Federation account. And you claim to be a state, you're supposed to be a local government.
Opinionated, interactive, and breezy. Today's Quest, weekdays from 6 to 10:45 a.m. Join the conversation because it's a new day. Today's Quest, right here on Today 95.1 FM, voice of the people.
So your girl, shit.
Playground.
Okay then. Okay, all right. Yo, it's all good.
Let's do it.
How to make back this.
How we do.
Okay. Alright. It all began like the other day you came. See how the things you had to release all the pain. Your whole face smile got me all crying. Girl, you came back, my life was all trying. I can't just deny this. Look at how you doing. Oh God, your face make me whole by the new one. God knows how you made me smile, girl. God knows how you made me cry when you lie, girl. So we so good.
1, 2, dreams come true. Here I come, baby, looking out for you. 3, 4, look on your door. Baby, you're the woman I'm crazy for. 5, 6, pick you at 6. It's about time we stop playing those tricks. 7, 8, won't be late. We'll be going out on a special day. I'm lonely, waiting for your love to set me free. If you want me, baby, I'll be your king, you'll be my queen. Together, I know we can reach out for the star. Come into my love boat, so we can set it sail. This feeling that I want you desperately. Every night I hold my pillow, dreaming about you and me. Every time I see your eyes, I feel this rush inside of me. That you were made for me, and I was made for you. That we were made for us, baby girl, it's you and me forever. Hold on, don't let go. Baby, we can do without each other. Oh, baby, can't you see this chemistry? It's getting stronger. No more fronting, no more acting, no more hurting. Baby, no, no more lying, no more crying, no more hiding. Baby, no. Get over this feeling that I want you desperately. Every night I hold my pillow, dreaming about you. Every time I see your eyes, I feel this rush inside of me. That you were made for me. You were made for me. I was made for you. We were made for us, baby. Baby. Oh.
got me feeling like Mob D, cause it got me shook. You should be labeled a crook the way my heart you took. With your feminine desires, a thrill and a rush every time my lips touch. Is you feeling me? Why wouldn't you just let me be your everything? We steadily paddling our love straight to ecstasy. You hot like fire, I'm crazy in love, girl. You should be mine forever. Yeah.
Waiting for your love to set me free. Baby, I'll be your king, you'll be my queen. I know we can reach a golden star. Come into my love boat, so we can set it sail. We can sail. We can sail. Every time I see your eyes, I feel this rush inside of me. That you admit to me that I was made for you, that we were made for us. Ooh, baby.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Let's talk football. Let's talk football.
What a devastating strike!
Football is a leisure game.
Sports is actually my job.
Football is boring.
That's not true. It's way more important than that.
What a wonderful goal! Fantastic strike!
As far as I'm concerned, sports is all about passion.
Sports Attack, weekdays 7:30 a.m. and today's Sports Live 3 p.m. weekends 1 p.m. to 6 p.m.
For all you need to know in the world of sports, leave the dial on Today 95.1 FM.
For the latest and trending sports stories, always listen to Sports Attack on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. My name is Adekuri Odwan, Nigerian first ever world silver medalist in wrestling.
A beautiful morning to you all and welcome to yet another edition of Sports Attack on your premium talk, news and sports radio station, Today 95.1 FM, right here in the Garden City of Port Harcourt. My name is Wisdom Obina and I will be bringing you up to speed with all the latest and trending sports stories making the rounds in the world of sports. Don't go anywhere because I'll be right back to get the show on the way right after this timeout.
Hi everyone, my name is Ese Brume, Commonwealth and African long jump champion. You're listening to Sports Attack on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Don't touch that dial.
All right, we start off with the Olympics, where International Olympics Committee President Thomas Bach has spoken out on the allegations of bullying within British gymnastics, stating that abuse of any kind is clearly against everything we stand for. Gymnasts from all ages and levels of the sport have gone public to reveal instances of bullying and abuse, which have prompted British gymnastics to launch an independent review. The allegations centered around British gymnastics follows a sex abuse scandal in the same sport in the United States. And Batch says, although the IOC has worked hard to improve safeguarding in Olympic sports, more will need to be done. Quoting him, he said, we've given advice and we have also asked for clarification wherever clarification was needed, because these cases are clearly against everything we stand for, he said. In a related development, the International Olympic Committee is fully committed to the Tokyo Olympics in 2021 and has multiple scenarios for them to take place safely. They should have begun on 24 July but were postponed in March because of COVID-19 and are now due to be held from 23rd July to 8th August in 2021. The first priority is above all the safety of all participants, IOC President Thomas Bach said. Asked about the main event in Tokyo, Bach insisted we remain fully committed to celebrating Tokyo 2020 next year in July and August. In golf, Rory McIlroy admits he found it easy to lose focus with no spectators in attendance for his first 3 starts since competitive golf resumed last month. McIlroy has been plagued by inconsistency and did not manage a top 10 finish in any of the first 3 post-shutdown PGA Tour events, and he missed the energy from the galleries as he struggled to get into the required mindset for tournament golf. Quoting him, he said, "I haven't necessarily been in contention the last few times that we've played without fans. But if anything, I've realized personally that it's very hard for me to keep focus out here," said McIlroy. I feel like when there's fans and there is that energy and the atmosphere, it's easy to get into that mindset and that you need to get into right, like that's what we are used to. That's what we do. And to boxing, well, Anthony Joshua has been backed to make a really serious statement by stopping Tyson Fury by former multi-time world champion Bernard Hopkins. Hopkins told Sky Sports Toe-to-Toe podcast the heavyweight division was asleep for a decade until Deontay Wilder, Joshua and Fury surfaced. 4 or 5 other names are knocking on the door to be threatening contenders. Joshua vs Fury is a fight that both guys could win or lose. I like Joshua to be tested, to get his feelings hurt early. That might be a knockdown, but he will get up. Now that is in his memory, what not to do ever again. Joshua beats Fury by knockout late. It will be an interesting, exciting 5 or 6 rounds at the beginning. Then Joshua's athleticism, boxing IQ, and experience would overwhelm Fury. World heavyweight title holders Joshua and Fury have agreed financial terms to meet in 2021 to decide an undisputed champion. And that's all we do have on other sports. Let's talk football.
For the best and most incisive sporting reports, tune in to Sports Attack on Today 95.1 FM every week morning at 7:30 a.m. My name is Daniel Igale, President of the Nigeria Wrestling Federation. I also listen to the show.
All right, team manager of Rivers Angels, Matilda Otuene, has expressed excitement over the introduction of CAF Champions League for women. Speaking in a press conference recently, CAF President Ahmad announced the Champions League for women after the cancellation of the AFCON of 2020 as a step to revamping women's football on the continent of Africa. Otuene, in an exclusive interview with Sports Attack, assured that the Angels will not disappoint.
Rivers Angels is super excited because these have been one of the things we've been clamoring for. We want to see ourselves go out to the continent to compete. So we're grateful that FIFA has deemed it fit to include CAF Championship for women. So this is going to do a lot of job, lot of work. But we are hopeful that this time we will not disappoint our fans, won't disappoint the state. We're working hard to see that we pick the first ticket to represent in the continent.
She also spoke on how the team is preparing for the competition built for next year.
The girls are eager, the girls are trained, the girls have worked, hoping to hit our first game against FC Robo in our home before this happens. The girls are eager, they are excited, they want to go back to the field. We're believing God that COVID-19 will come to an end quick, that we can return and get prepared, because this time we don't want to give any excuse. We can't give any excuse not to get this first ticket to the continent.
No excuse. So to an appeal to the general public and welcoming Nigerians to invest in women's football.
Football is something that has to do with finances. No, we're actually seeking for sponsors. So I want to use this medium to call out for sponsors. Please come and support female football. You will not regret. Invest in female football. This is one of the things that we have been lacking. Please, we need sponsors. Come and partner with River State government to support the girl child. All
right, let's move on to maybe a compatriot now of their bigger version, talking about the Super Falcons. Asisat Oshoala. Now, the Super Falcons striker and captain has expressed disappointment over the cancellation of AFCON 2020 and CAF awards by CAF, describing the earlier as a setback to women's football in Africa. Speaking on a TV interview monitored by Sports Attack, Oshoala added that AFCON would have been a preparing ground for the FIFA Women's World Cup.
I don't agree with the fact that they cancelled the tournament. It's actually more of like setback for us. Also, it's not good for the branding of football in Africa. And if you look at it very well, we have the next World Cup in like 2 or 3 years' time. And if we had played the African Cup of Nations this year and also in 2022, would have really helped us to prepare for the World Cup. And if you look at the European countries, they're going to play 2 Euros before the next World Cup. We'll still play a series of tournaments as well. These are the things that we need to improve with. I'm aware that they were struggling to get host nation and all that. Some people pulled out time minutes or whatever. But at the end of the day, you have 2 years to prepare. So I don't think those excuses are actually genuine.
The 4 times Women's African Best Player of the Year said CAF would have organized the virtual awards instead of the cancellation.
On the CAF award, for me, it's no reason. I mean, there's no reason why you should cancel an award where you can actually have a virtual award. We all watched the BET Awards the other day. It was virtual. People can stay at home. I understand in this pandemic period, everyone is trying to stay safe and all that. Yeah, we can stay safe. We can be on Zoom or whatever and do these things. Meetings are going on, business meetings are going on, deals are breaking through Zoom meetings and all that. So why can't we have a virtual award?
All right, to CAF, as reactions continue to trail the cancellation of the 2020 African Women Cup of Nations, the chairperson of the CAF Organizing Committee for Women's Football, Aisha Johansson, has continued to give reasons why the tournament was unavoidably cancelled. In a wide-ranging interview, Johansson defended the decision to, as she stated, that logistical dilemmas contributed largely to the cancellation of the event.
For the 2020 Women's Africa's Cup of Nations, there were circumstances beyond our control, which made it difficult for CAF to organize it. And don't get me wrong here, all options were explored, but to no avail.
All right, to the NNL, where the management of Osun United says it has formally received the letter from the Ministry of Youth and Sports through Osun State Sports Council, confirming the suspension of other salaries from where the state football clubs and athletes are being paid. The letter, signed by the acting general manager Osun State Sports Council, Mr. Rotimi Dumoye, addressed to the Secretary of Osun United FC, partly reads: payments to staffers on other salaries, including Osun United Football Club, are suspended forthwith as approved by Mr. Governor. Quoting the Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Mr. Yemi Lawal, the letter further explains that in view of the suspension of sporting activities across the country, the action becomes inevitable. And to the Nigerian Professional Football League, where Kwara United head coach Abdullahi Usman Bifo has appealed to the relevant authorities in the country to democratize the administration of club football in the country for speedy development. Quoting his words, the former Katsina United gaffer said, if we take a look at the MPFL clubs, many of them are government-sponsored clubs. The administrative positions in clubs are politicized. Most of the chairmen are either politicians or friends of politicians. If the club administrators are elected for a specific time limit and tenure, those who have the interest of handling the positions would have to wait until such a time when new elections to the positions would be held, and they will have no option than to support the club fully, knowing fully well that if the club fails, they will not have anything to administer. This will also give the administrators the opportunity to carry their programs to term. And to amputee football, Nigerians amputee football team have been invited to represent Africa at the 9th International Amputee Football Tournament in Warsaw, Poland, scheduled for September 19th to 20th in Warsaw, Poland. The invitation was extended to the team after their performance at the last Africa Cup of Nations for amputee football, where they emerged in second place. Highlighting the importance of the tournament, President Nigeria Amputee Football Federation Suleiman Issa said it was an avenue for scouts across Europe to search for players who would be signed to play professional amputee football. The Nigerian Amputee Football Federation received a letter personally signed by the competition chairman Bognia Zebulkoska, inviting us for the 9th International Tournament Amputee Football Cup. Over the years, the tournament has become one of the most prestigious and important amputee football events in Europe. Each team will play at least 3 matches, Issa said. The Special Eagles will feature in the event alongside England, USA, Haiti, and Mexico at the Osir Bemovo Stadium in Warsaw. Adebayo Akinfenwa has an invitation to Liverpool's future Premier League title parade after Jurgen Klopp fulfilled his request for a congratulatory WhatsApp message. The Wycombe Wanderers striker and huge Red fan called for contact from Klopp during an emotional post-match interview in the aftermath of his team's Ligue 1 playoff final win over Oxford United at Wembley on Monday night. The boss duly responded, and Akinfenwa posted a video message he received from Messi's side on social media. On Tuesday, Klopp was asked when he'll meet up with the forward and whether he had received the reply, and he said, and I quote, "When it's possible in the future one day," the manager said. "I don't know when exactly, but he's invited for the parade 100%. Yes, that parade will be coming up immediately after the game on July 22nd against Chelsea. Well, Obafemi Martins is in the news this morning. The veteran Nigerian striker, Obafemi Martins, has rejoined Shanghai Shenhua. The Chinese FA Cup winner said yesterday, more than 2 years since his last competitive match, the 35-year-old former Inter Milan and Newcastle United forward was without the club last year as he battled a hamstring injury. His last game was in April 2018 for Chinese Super League side Shenhua, for whom he scored 32 goals in 59 matches. Amazing, I tell you, during his previous spells. Shenhua did not say how long Martin's new contract is for, but he helps replace fellow Nigerian striker Odion Igalo, who is on loan at Manchester United. From there, we switch our attentions to the English Premier League. Well, last night it was all about the Gunners as Arsenal capitalized on shocking errors from Liverpool's Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker to beat the champions 2-1 at the Emirates on Wednesday and end their hopes of a record points tally for the Premier League season. The visitors created all the early pressure and opened the scoring in the 20th minute when Sadio Mane lashed in his 17th goal of the season from close range. Yet the home side were handed a free pass back into the game 12 minutes later when Virgil van Dijk made a back pass straight into the path of Arsenal striker Alexandre Lacazette, who calmly rounded off defender Fabinho and keeper Alisson and fired into an empty net. A second moment of calamitous work at the back from Liverpool then gifted the lead to Arsenal before the break when Alisson attempted a chipped ball out to Robertson that Lacazette ran onto and pulled back to Reece Nelson. The 20-year-old turned and shaped his shot beyond the diving keeper into the bottom left corner. Well, on a day when Virgil van Dijk and Alisson Becker are making mistakes, you can ask yourself what's left of Liverpool. Elsewhere, Harry Kane passed 200 club goals in his career as Tottenham Hotspur beat Newcastle United by 3-1 to boost their Europa League qualification hopes. The visitors led in the first half when Son Heung-min drilled a low shot into the bottom corner. Moments after the drinks break disrupted Newcastle's dominance, Dwight Gale almost leveled when his header hit the post, and Matrici blasted an equalizer home 11 minutes after the restart. But that parity only lasted 4 minutes as Kane headed home a deep cross from substitute Steven Bergwijn. That was the England captain's 200th club goal in 350 appearances, with 184 coming for Spurs and the other 16 for lone clubs Millwall, Leyton Orient and Leicester. He got the 201st late on with another header after Martin Dubravka parried Eric Lamella's shot. Let's run through the other results. Where Burnley at Toughmore played out a 1-1 draw with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Manchester City defeated AFC Bournemouth 2-1. You ask yourself, why are they still getting the results? Well, winning never ends. Newcastle United lost to Tottenham 3-1, as I told you earlier, and Arsenal right there at the Emirates beat champions Liverpool 2-1. Tonight, well, Everton will be up against Aston Villa. Leicester City we are expecting to see Kelechi Iheanacho and Wilfred Ndidi in that one will be up against Sheffield United at the King Power Stadium. Crystal Palace, they will be up against Manchester United, and Southampton, the Saints, will be up against Brighton. An exciting fixture too, right there. But in the Italian Serie A, there were, of course, games that did take place yesterday. But first, let me run through the fixtures to expect tonight. Torino, they will come up against Genoa. An exciting fixture right there. Expect to see our own Nigerian boy, talking about Ola Aino, in that encounter. A lot has surrounded his future for some time, but definitely we are in the transfer business already, so we expect to hear where he will be playing next season in the coming days. The likes of Everton and West Ham all interested in his signature, and of course some clubs right there in Italy. And Spal will be up against Inter Milan. That game comes up by 8:45. And for the games last night, AC Milan did beat Parma 3-1. Bologna did play at 1-0 draw with Napoli. Sampdoria, they beat Cagliari 3-0. Lecce, they lost to Fiorentina 3-1. Roma were 2 goals better than Hellas Verona. 2-1 it ended, rather. Verona just getting 1 goal in that encounter. Well, in the big game, Juventus had to battle to a 3-3 draw. Yes, they had to fight back in that game against Sassuolo. Well, they had led 2-0 through Danilo and, of course, former Real Madrid man Gonzalo Higuain. Within 12 minutes, they were leading 2-0. But Filip Juricic did pull one back for Sassuolo before Domenico Berardi made it 2-2 in the 51st minute. Well, of course, Francesco Capurto did make it 3-2 for the home side. Talking about Sassuolo, they had to now depend on a late goal in the 64th minute, not too late, rather, from Alexandro to actually pull them level. Cristiano Ronaldo had a yellow card in that one. Bonucci had a yellow card. Aaron Ramsey had a yellow card. Bernardeschi had a yellow card. I mean, it was really a tough encounter for the old lady. Talking about Juventus. Well, and the last game of the day saw Udinese come up against Lazio. That one ended in a goalless draw. And in the La Liga, there will be games to expect tonight. Eibar will be up against Real Valladolid. Athletic Bilbao will be up against Leganes. Barcelona will host Osasuna at Camp Nou. Celta Vigo will be up against Levante. Getafe will be up against Atletico Madrid. That's an exciting fixture if you look at the table. Mallorca will be up against Granada. Expect to see Ramon Aziz in that encounter. Real Betis will be up against Deportivo Alaves. Real Madrid not at the Santiago Bernabeu now. The Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium will be up against Villarreal. Expect to see Samuel Chukwueze. Would he be able to get another assist or dazzle against the Galacticos? We wait to see. 8 p.m. is the time. Real Sociedad will be up against Sevilla, and Valencia will be up against Arucidi Espanyol. Well, Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta says referees are facing so much pressure and criticism with the invention of the VAR. There have been many controversies surrounding VAR calls since the restart, with Bruno Fernandes giving an undeserved penalty against Aston Villa, supported by VAR being recently on the front burner. Arteta stated that the referees need support.
I never have any concern about the intention of the referee. I think nowadays everything is so professional, dedicated, and there's so much pressure and criticism as well that I know they try their best. The decision they have to make, they're getting more and more complicated because the speed of the game and how quickly they have to react and the pressure they have with the new system as well with VAR. So we're here to support them. We need them. They're a big part of that. And, now we complain that we don't have the fans, and we realize how important they are. Maybe one day we don't have referees, we're going to say, wow, they were crucial for this game to work.
Well, Arteta's neighbor and Spurs boss, Jose Mourinho, however, said he cannot celebrate goals anymore. I mean, since he's not sure.
I don't celebrate goals anymore because I never know. I never know when it is. Even if I have the feeling that is, but maybe something 6 or 7 seconds or that I didn't realize, and then is not.
Well, Marcus Rashford is to become the youngest person to receive an honorary doctorate from the University of Manchester for his work campaigning against child poverty and his sporting achievements. The 22-year-old Manchester United and England forward will follow in the footsteps of United greats Alex Ferguson and Bobby Charlton in earning the accolade from the university, which is the highest honour it can bestow. Last month, he forced a government U-turn after he wrote an open letter to MPs asking for the reversal of a decision not to award free school meals vouchers to vulnerable children outside term time. Rashford said in a statement, "It's a proud day for myself and my family. When you look at the great names that have been awarded this doctorate in the past, it's humbling." Pep Guardiola says rival Premier League bosses Jurgen Klopp and Jose Mourinho are welcome to call him to discuss their grievances at Manchester City having a 2-year ban from European competition overturned. Liverpool manager Klopp said the decision to overturn the ban was not a good day for football because he believes FFP rules are important to protect both teams and the sport as a whole. Tottenham head coach Mourinho said the ruling was disgraceful and a disaster, arguing that if City were innocent, they shouldn't have been fined, and if they were guilty, the suspension should have stood. The sentence from the 3 independent judges was clear, but if they want, they know my telephone number. They can call me and I can explain. It's not a problem at all, Guardiola told Sky Sports. The Premier League and English Football League summer transfer windows will be open for 10 weeks between 27 July and 5th October, subject to FIFA approval. In addition, the Premier League and EFL say there will be a domestic-only window between 5th to 16th October. During this window, clubs will only be able to trade with EFL clubs, either loans or permanent registrations, said a Premier League statement. No transfers can take place between Premier League clubs in this period. The EFL also said any new signings by its clubs could not play until the start of the 2020-2021 season. Liverpool, well, they will leave the Premier League trophy in a special ceremony on the Cup following next Wednesday's fixture with Chelsea. Jurgen Klopp's teams secured their first league title in 30 years in June, but fans will not be at Anfield to watch the ceremony because of COVID-19. It will be aired for free on Sky Speak channel in the UK. Club legend Sir Kenny Dalglish will hand out medals before club captain Jordan Henderson lifts the trophy. 5 substitutes will be allowed next season, football lawmakers have announced following a meeting of the International Football Association Board, IFAB. However, each competition will be free to decide whether they want to use the additional substitutes next season. And lastly, 4 matches will be played each day during the group stage of the 2022 Qatar World Cup. FIFA has announced the group games will be played over a 12-day period, with matches not being assigned to particular venues until after the finals draw in March 2022. And with that story, we call it a wrap on today's edition of Sports Attack. Kudos to Reliable Reliance who put this package together. Thank you so much for your time. The Sports Crew will be back at exactly 3 p.m. for another edition of today's Sports Live. Remember, social distancing, regular hand washing, and all the precautions are not simple, but no price is too high to play for your life. My name is Wisdom Obina. Stay tuned to this dial, to the FM 95, the rocking one.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
We're glad to have Ambassador Nefo from the Vision Business Hub here with us in the studio. Ambassador Nefo, you're welcome.
Thank you, and good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to be here today.
Ambassador, a lot of people will want to know, what is the Business Growth Assistance Program of the Vision Business Hub all about? We notice it is rapidly expanding all over the country. So what is the program all about?
Thank you. The Business Growth Assistance Program is an international partnership program of the Vision Business Hub. We help partners to raise capital for their businesses or projects without collateral or loans. And when they get the capital, they don't have to pay it back. You see, the key word is raise. Raise the funds you need for your businesses or projects over a period of time without borrowing money from anybody. Since 2016, the Business Growth Assistance Program have helped over 2,000 partners raise business capital without collecting loans, and they did not have to pay back. Here is the fact. That you have capital to start a business does not mean your business or investment will be successful. Therefore, the Business Growth Assistance Program will also provide you with a 6-month mentorship program where a team of mastermind mentors and business experts will work with you, advise you, mentor you for a full 6 months to ensure your business is successful. But listen, this mentorship will be rendered to you completely free of charge.
I believe this is a good program for such a time as this in Nigeria. But how does the Vision Business Hub make money?
Good question. We have international affiliate partners that support our program and make sure that those who need the mentorship will get it for free. We have been diligent for the past 4 years and our results are speaking.
So what are the categories of people that can benefit and how can they contact the Vision Business Hub?
You will be contacted if you meet up with the categories I will mention as follows. Do you need to raise money to start a business? Do you need to expand an existing business? Do you want to start another investment to support your current income? Do you have the project or a project that requires money to execute? If your answer is yes to any of these categories, then send yes to the number I will call shortly. The Vision Business Hub has a functional working plan to teach partners how to raise the funds they need in a period of 3 to 6 months without collecting loans or dropping collateral. And once you raise the capital, you don't have to pay it back. To top it up, because we understand that the secret to any business success is mentorship, we have committed to providing free mentorship to the first 30 people that send yes to us from this program. So if you are not among the first 30 people to send yes to us, you have to pay a consultation fee of 50,000 naira. Yes, 50,000 naira. But if you are amongst the first 30 people to text yes, our consultants will talk to you completely free of charge right at our summit. Now, for every awareness we make, we select only 30 people. That means the first 30 people from this program that send yes to the number I will call will be selected. Remember, the great Pablo Picasso said that action is the foundational key to all success. Do not hope for change. Create the change you want through action. So if you want to take action and you need help to raise funds for your business or project, then pick up your phone now and send yes to this number.
0703 336 71.
Do not sit back and explain away what you do not understand. If you really need financial help to start a business or project, this is the time. Don't sit back and hope that life will get better. Dr. Steve Marboley once said, life will not give you what you want. It will only give you what you demand with action. The time for action, I believe, is now. So pick up your phone and send yes to this number.
0703 336 7181.
I will call it again, but if you're one of the first 30 people to respond, you will talk to our consultants to benefit from the Business Development Assistance Program. So if you'd like to understand how we can help you to raise these funds that you need for your business or project, quickly send yes, YES, to this number.
0703 336 7181. Again, 0703 336 7181.
Our representatives will give you a call and schedule a meeting for you with one of our consultants who will guide you on how you can create the capital you desire without loans or collateral. And when you get the capital, you won't have to pay it back. And then you will also get free 12 months mentorship to make sure you succeed in your venture. Albert Einstein said, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is defined as insanity. So do not continue with the mistakes of last year. Make sure you do something different this year. Make sure you get mentorship this year. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again and God bless you.
Thank you, Ambassador Nefo, for sharing this business opportunity with us.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Welcome to Returns Market Investment Nigeria Limited, a financial home that has impacted lives and given meaning to every life and home and companies with values using the international capital market business for the past 3 years in Port Harcourt. Returns Market Investment Nigeria Limited is strictly into the international capital market business that delivers 10% returns on investment monthly with a minimum startup capital of 300,000 naira and a maximum capital of 100 million naira. If you are looking for security of your funds and constant delivery of your returns on investment, then think Returns Market Investment Nigeria Limited. Contact our head office today at number 33B Rumola Stadium Link Road, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, or our branch office at number 10 NTA Road, Rumokuta Checkpoint Junction, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, or call us now on 0903 652 7708. You can also visit our website at www.returnsinvestmentnigerialimited.com.
Please listen to this announcement. For those who cannot do business due to the pandemic or have lost their jobs and those interested in expanding their business and increasing their income flow, Chimol is here to offer you spaces to own your online shops for life. The company sells goods and gives you your profits and capital after 10 days with free health products. For inquiries, send ready to 0704 173 3978. Again, 0704 173 3978. 78.
This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
It's that time on radio. Let's take you into the life and times of men and women who inspire, role models who have shaped the world.
Olufumilayo Ransom Kuti, also known as Frances Abigail Olufumilayo Thomas. She was born on October 25th in the 1900s in Abeokuta, Ogun State of Nigeria. Her father was a son of a Nigerian slave who returned from Sierra Leone and traced his ancestral history back to Abeokuta in what is today known as Ogun State, Nigeria. After her early education, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti attended the Abeokuta Grammar School, after which she traveled to England for further studies. She later came back to Nigeria and became a teacher. On January 20th, 1925, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti got married to Reverend Israel Oludotun Ransom Kuti, one of the founders of both the Nigerian Union of Teachers and of the Nigerian Union of Students, and the defender of the commoners. They had 3 sons: Fela Anikulapo Kuti, a musician; Beko Ransom Kuti, a doctor; and Professor Olukoye Ransom Kuti, a doctor and former health minister of Nigeria. She was also grandmother to musicians Seun Kuti and Femi Kuti. In the year 1965, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti received the National Honor of Membership in the Order of Nigeria and was bestowed the Honorary Doctorate of Laws by the University of Ibadan. Throughout her career, Fumilayo was also known as an educator and an activist. She founded an organization for women in Abeokuta that had more than 20,000 women as members, including both literate and illiterate women. The general public became aware of her organization when Fumilayo Ransom Kuti rallied women against price controls. The general public became aware of the organization when Fumilayo Ransom Kuti rallied women against price controls that were negatively affecting the female merchants of the Abeokuta market. In the year 1949, she led a protest against the Alake of Egbaland, a native authority. She then made a presentation of documents alleging abuse of authority by the Alake, whom the then government granted the rights to collect taxes. The Alake subsequently relinquished his crown. She also led a movement that oversaw the successful abolishing of separate tax rates for women. In the year 1953, she founded the Federation of Nigerian Women's Societies, an association that subsequently formed an alliance with the Women's International Democratic Federation. Fumilayo Ransom Kuti campaigned for and ensured that women's votes counted during elections. She was also the founder of Egba Women's Union, an association she co-founded with Eniola Soyinka, her sister-in-law, and the mother of the Nigerian Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka. This organization is said to, at a particular point in time, had a membership of 20,000 women. During the period of the Cold War between the West, the former USSR, and before the independence of Nigeria, Fumilayo Kuti traveled widely around the world, and this got the Nigerian as well as British and American governments angry because they believed that she maintained contact with the Eastern Bloc as she traveled a lot to the former USSR, Hungary, and China, where she met Mao Zedong. In 1956, the government refused to renew her passport because it was assumed that she intended to influence Nigerian women with communist ideas and policies. Almost at the same time, the United States refused her visa because the American government alleged that she was a communist. Before Nigeria's independence of 1960, Fumilayo founded the Communist People's Party in an attempt to challenge the ruling NCNC. This action ultimately denied the NCNC victory in her area. During her lifetime, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti also organized workshops for illiterate market women. When she became old, Fumilayo's activism was overshadowed by that of her 3 sons, who ultimately provided effective opposition to various Nigerian military juntas. In 1978, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti was thrown down from a 3rd-floor window of her son Fela's compound when the compound was stormed by about 1,000 armed military personnel. She went into a coma in February of that year and died on April 13, 1978, as a result of injuries. Olufumilayo Ransom Kuti served with distinction as one of the most prominent leaders of her generation, and she was also noted as the first woman in Nigeria to drive a car.
Personality profile. Now you know.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. This is Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt, voice of the people.
Wake up to today's quest.
Wake up.
all the news and information you need in one go. Get started with the best of sports, lifestyle, analysis, and Annie.
Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Can you feel it? Wake up to today's quest with Annie on Today 95.1 FM from 6 to 11 a.m. weekdays. Fantastic.
Studio time is 10 minutes after 8. You're listening to Today 95.1 FM. It's a Thursday, the 16th day of July 2020. And you're listening to your premium talk news and sports station, Today 95.1 FM. My name is Annie Abdus, and I welcome you to yet another great show on your favorite radio station. And of course, your favorite breakfast show. So we'll start with a newspaper review. I've got Emmanuel here with me. Emmanuel, good morning.
Good morning, Annie. Good morning, Nigeria.
So let's check it out. From some of the papers this morning, The Guardian has Magu released as Buhari axes more EFCC officials. Magu released as Buhari axes more EFCC officials. And also from The Guardian, Southwest ready to allow